Hi there students, it's me again, Valerie, and I'm doing the pressure point massage workshop today. Hi there Lucy, thank you for being my model today. Lucy, I'd like you to bend your knee, your right knee, onto the couch and go down onto your tummy. Thank you. Lucy, I'm going to need you on your back, so I'd like you to please turn towards me and roll over onto your back. I need to just lift you gently up. I'm now going to start the pressure point massage on the chest. I'm then going to proceed to the neck, and then the face, and then the scalp. So we're going to start on the chest first. The first pressure point we're going to find is between the breast, and we're going to press there together. I'm placing my middle and ring finger one on top of the other, reinforced, and I'm holding there for a few seconds. The next one I'm going to find is just below the throat. The next one is I'm going to make a opening with my hands like this, which fit very nicely on the sides of the shoulders, and I'm going to press down with my body weight. All right. I also have a very important one here just on the tip of the shoulder. And if I place my hands in this diamond position around the neck, I actually found a very important one here with the thumb. I'm just going to press there. So we're going to start the movements now. Now before we start, always make sure that you warm up the area that you're going to be working on. Don't work on the area when it is cold. So let's do that first. Let's do a nice warming up. Stroking. Also, the client does get used to the therapist's hands while you're actually doing this. And then we'll start with the first pressure point. And we do a press and we do a slight circular movement. Go back to the chest, to the lower throat. We're going to open our hands. Lucy, do any of these feel painful?
Yes.
Which one feels painful? The one over here. Have you got a cold at the moment?
No.
No. Sometimes this can, if the lungs are congested, this can be quite painful. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hold there for a few seconds. And while I'm holding, Lucy, do you feel as though the pain could be fading while I'm holding?
Yes, it's fading.
It's fading. Good. Okay. By doing this, we're actually releasing any blockages that could be in this pressure point area. I'm just going to gently rotate on the shoulder here and work on the pressure points here and the pressure points around the back of the shoulders here. We're then going to slide up to the back of the neck. Now I'm going to open my fingers like this, and my fingers fit very nicely around the base of the head. Can you see my body moving backwards and forwards? Because that means I'm getting the weight of my body into my fingers. So that's how we're going to start our first lot of pressure points on the chest. We're now going to proceed to the neck. We're going to drain under the neck, hold at the edge of the jawbone. We're then going to turn the fingers down and push down and hold at the base of the neck. We come back to the jaw, press again, come to the sides of the chin, press again, turn the fingers down, go down to the base of the neck, come back, and we're going to press on an important pressure point just underneath the chin. Try that again. We're now going to move on to the face, but we're first going to find a pressure point number 1 just here on the sides of the neck, and we're just going to do a few little circles just to start stimulating the area and releasing any tension that could be in this area. Number 2 is on the side of the mouth. And number 3 is at the nostril. Number 4 is just on the side of the eye, the cheekbone. And number 5 is just above the nostril. Number 6 is at the earlobes. Number 7, inside the eye. Number 8, we're going to reinforce that one, middle of the forehead. Number 9 is at the end of the eyebrow. Number 10 is just above the mouth. Number 11 is below, on the chin, below the mouth, in the middle of the chin. Number 12 is a very important one on the temples. And number 13 is between the eyebrows. We're now going to do the thumb pressures on the forehead. We're going to press with the pads of the thumb and measure a thumbnail away to do it the second time, a thumbnail away again to do it the third time, and we're going to finish here. We're going to hold on the inside of the eyebrows, press and release. A lot of pressure points around the eye area. Place our thumbs in the eye socket, and then we're going to go along the top of the cheekbone. I'm now going to place my 2 thumbs together, and I'm going to work with gentle pressures just underneath the eye. And this time I'm going to start on the cheekbone, and eventually as I move down I'm going to be under the cheekbone. A very good movement to use if a person suffers the sinus. It does help to loosen that area and to drain the sinuses. Now I'm going to place our hands together, middle of the face, over the eyes, and gently press and release the pressure. Very soothing, very gentle. Thumbs are going to be reinforced above the lip. Just going to hold there for a few seconds. I'm then going to measure with my three fingers on the sides of the mouth, and that is where I'm going to drain to. I'm going to repeat this one again. Thumbs reinforced. Measure my 3 fingers from the corner of the lip, and then I'm going to drain to that point there. I'm then going down to below the lip in the center of the chin. I'm going to press and circle for a few seconds, and then I'm going to drain along the jawbone and to the ears. I'll repeat that one again. Reinforce thumbs on the center of the chin, drain all the way along to the ears. Now there's a very important pressure point. If I just place my 2 fingers under the chin, the pressure point is just beyond that. And I'm going to hold there with my 3 fingers. I'm going to press on that point and pull the head back gently. A few times. I'm now stimulating the area of the face. Let's drain now towards the ears. Do that one again. Hold, pull, and then let us drain. Just to energize the face again, we're going to just do some pressures on the main points in the center of the face. Coming to the corners of the mouth. Going to move to the corners of the nose. Slide up the nose. Hold between the eyebrows. And let's gently press out towards the temples where we're actually going to hesitate. We're now going to move on to the scalp. We're going to place our two thumbs together in the center of the scalp. We're going to gently stroke down the center of the scalp as far down as we can. We're going to hold there, pressed forward, and just wait for a few seconds. We're then going to measure from here, two thumb nails apart, and we're going to repeat that. Gently stroking down and holding at the top of the scalp just for a few seconds. From that position we're going to measure two thumbnails again and repeat it, going down once more to the base of the scalp. Coming back to the center again, and after the stroking we're now going to press. We're going to press, move a little way and press, move a little way and press. We're now going to start on the scalp. So we're going to place our two thumbs in the center of the scalp and we're going to stroke all the way down and we're going to hold for a few seconds when we get to the base of the head. We're then going to measure two thumbnails away from that, stroke down again and hold for a few seconds again. Always going to that point at the top of the head. Coming down again and holding again. We're now going to do pressures in the area where we've just worked. So we're going to press, release the pressure, and please watch my body. I'm moving with my body, with the movements, and I would like to ask my model to breathe with me now. Lucy, I'd like you to breathe as I breathe, and as I push down, I'd like you to breathe out. Let's try that. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. The breathing does assist with the relaxation. That's it, thank you. In, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm going to stretch my fingers now and place them anywhere on the head and just give a nice little circular movement. There's so many pressure points that it seems a shame not to waken them all up. Just keep changing position with the hands. Very nice position just to hold the hands over the head, squeeze and move the scalp. Tight scalp can often indicate a sign of tension, stress and tension, which we all suffer with today. Just going to stroke my fingers through the hair. And to alleviate headaches, it's quite a good idea just to gently stretch the hair, different positions. Another important place now to work as we're going to finish off is the ears. Do a nice little circulating movement going under the ears with the three middle fingers. And there are a number of pressure points on the outside of the ear, so we're just going to gently pinch the ear, going all around the edge and coming in towards the inside. And to finish, we're going to gently stretch the earlobes. stroking movement. Just to complete. And to complete, I'd like you to take your two thumbs together, stretch the hands over the head, and give a nice gentle pressure on the center of the head. I'm going to go back to the chest because I'd like to show you where all the pressure points are that I was working on. I'm going to reinforce my ring finger and my middle finger, and the first one would be between the breast, on the breastbone. The next one is just in the lower part of the throat. And then we're going to open the hands and we're going to hold on the edge of the shoulder with the thumbs just under the collarbone and press our body forward. We also have one here on the tip of the shoulder here. If I place my hand in this diamond position on the sides of the neck, I have a very important pressure point there as well. And then I'd like you to stretch your fingers, and as you come around the shoulders, stretch the fingers as you get to the base of the head. Hold the head in your hands nice and loosely and pull back and hold. I promise you, if you've got the right pressure points here, the client will be able to feel that movement in her feet. I'm just going to point out the pressure points to you again so that you can remember where to find them. One is between the breast, here. The other one is just below the throat. And then we have one just here, in that little like ridge just below the collarbone, on the tip of the shoulder. And remember that I told you to hold your hand in this open position here, and you'll find the other one below the neck here. We're now going to work on the abdomen. So to prepare for the abdomen, we hold the towel in the middle and we pull the sheet out underneath. We fold that below the navel. We take another towel and we tuck that in just on the, we tuck that in just where the panty is. There we go. Now, when we're going to work on the abdomen, the most important rule is that we always work in a clockwise motion. So let's get keep the client nicely relaxed. And a very important place on the abdomen is the solar plexus area, which is just found under the rib cage. So I'd like to just hold there for a few seconds, just while I'm doing a nice little circulating movement with my one hand, just to get my model Lucy nice and relaxed. I'm now going to show you where the first pressure point is. And the first one we're going to find is located just in the crook of the rib cage, right here. That's our first one. We slide halfway down and we get the second one there. And to find them down the center, we're going to measure 2 fingers away from the first one, and that will be our next one. 2 fingers away will give us the next one, and 2 fingers just under the navel will give us the one just in the center there. Now, we're just going to warm up first. Remember the warming up? Sides of the hand. And then to do a nice gentle lift, come up, and we're going to start working on the points here. Little circular movements, stroke down. Lucy, do any of these feel painful?
This one.
The first one was a little painful. If the client does feel a little pain, just work a little bit, work gently, especially on the abdomen, be very gentle. just going to move along the other side. Working in a square around the navel. Come back. And we just put a little bit of pressure on that pressure point just below the navel. Go right to the back, come over there. Lucy, please breathe in and please breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Relax your breathing now. Just going to wait just in the solar plexus area for a few seconds. Just to gently finish off. Let's relax our hands down into the waist. Come up over the hip bone. And let's just come very gently off under the navel. We're now going to work on the arms. And so I'm going to shake hands with my model Lucy, and I'm going to apply the oil, sliding up the arm and over the shoulder. Shake hands with the person, it sort of gives a very nice personal touch when you're massaging. It also shows a caring attitude towards the person that you're going to be massaging. And before I do that, I'm going to just point out to you the main pressure points that we're going to be working on. All right. If we place our one hand just behind the shoulder here, there's one there. The next one is going to be just on the tip of the shoulder. We're then going to slide down, and we find one just there, just halfway between the shoulder and the elbow. We're then going to bend the arm, and there's one just in the crook of the arm there. To find the one below the elbow, I'd like you just to measure with your hand there and find that one there. To find the one on the inside of the arm, we're going to measure from the elbow with our hand, and that's going to be the next one there. So those are the ones, the main ones that I'm going to be working on. And then I'm going to go on to the hands. And we're going to find one just between the thumb and the index finger. We're then going to work on all the knuckles. And then the first knuckle of each finger. I'm then going to turn the hand over. We have another pressure point there, and then we have one base of each finger, and then on each knuckle there. Applying the oil. And then I'm going to start warming up before I start working on the pressure points. Give a nice warming up movement. Place my one hand over the other and just work on the pressure point on the edge of the shoulder here. Now 3 fingers, I'm going to work on the one just behind the shoulder here. This one actually is just below the biceps muscle, actually. Bend the arm. Lucy, is this one quite painful? If the client doesn't indicate that it's painful, if they say it isn't, just look at their face. The look on the face soon tells you if it's painful or not. I'm just going to loosen that one up. The next one I showed you was here. Also very painful. It just shows you just how much tension we actually have in our arms, and we use our arms such a lot we don't realize the tension that actually is manifested in these muscles. And we are turn the hand over. And now to stimulate all the pressure points, I'd like you to place your hand there. Hold the arm and drain nicely down. That's going to have a very profound effect on all the pressure points in the lower arm. And we're stimulating this area before we start working on the hands. I'd like you to bend the elbow up. Going to loosen up all the points. Press the hand back, press the hand forward, and then I'll press the hand to loosen it. Let's do that again. Let's try and loosen the wrist. Just relax the wrist, Lucy. We're going to do a very nice massage of the palm now by just placing our little finger there and our 3 fingers behind the hand. Let's hold that nice and firmly and let's massage the center of the hand. Turn the hand over and we're going to place it down with our body weight on the hand. We just press down firmly onto the hand, and we're just going to check and see just how relaxed the person is now. I'm just going to hold the elbow and to shake hands with Lucy, and I'm going to gently stretch the arm first, and then I just want to see how relaxed she is. I'm going to move to the top of the bed. Once again, I'm going to stretch, shake the arm out. Everything at the end of this massage should be nice and loose. And she does feel very nice and relaxed. Are you feeling relaxed, Lucy? Thank you. I've just prepared Lucy now to do a body stretch, and I've asked her just to put her 2 ankles on the bottom of the couch, and I've folded her arms above her head, and I'm going to put my hands inside, and with my 1 foot forward and the 1 back, I'm actually going to stretch her body. Give her a nice stretch. It's stretching all the joints of the body. I'm now going to show you the pressure points on the leg before we start the massage. The first one is just in the center of the thigh here on the panty line crease. The one on the outside of the leg, I'm going to take the client's hand and we're going to find that just at the tip of the middle finger. We have 2 just on either side of the knee. We have 1 in the center of the knee. We measure with our 2 fingers down from the knee, and that's our next one there, and same on the other side. And to find the one on the outside of the leg, I'm going to measure with my 4 fingers there, and there's the one on the outside of the leg. To find the one on the inside of the leg, we're going to measure from the ankle bone, and that will be the one on the inside of the leg. We're then going to look at the feet, and we are going to find one, just 2 fingers down from between the big toe and the first toe, right here. And then we're going to find one in between each toe. And once again, also on the first knuckle of the toe. We're going to turn the foot over, and we're going to find an important one right there, center of the, underneath of the foot. I've shown you the pressure points on the upper foot, but we have a very important pressure point on the underside of the foot right here. We'll be working on that as well. To warm up the area first, blood circulating. Okay, we're going to work on the first pressure point here on the upper leg. I'm going to reinforce the hand. Very important first to start here, that you actually stimulate circulation into the legs. You like to put your finger there. We're now going to work on the pressure point on the outside of the leg, and I haven't shown you yet, but there's another one on the inside of the leg which I wasn't able to show you on the other legs, so I'm just going to show you where to find that one. It's 4 fingers up from the knee, and we have another one here. That one's a little bit sore, so we have to loosen these up first. Any body massage you do is of not much value if the pressure point areas are painful, because then you're not getting a proper circulation or lymphatic drainage into that area, and the muscle, of course, has got a lot of tension, so we have to loosen that up first. So let's loosen that up now. Has that improved a little bit, Lucy? Good. I'm using the back of my hand, thenar muscle. Okay, I'm coming down now to the knees. Work all that area up. We're going to work on those too. One just below the knee. How does that feel, Lucy? Is everyone all right? Good. 2 fingers down. We're going to find the next 2. We're going to loosen those. Please watch my body. I do put my body weight into my hands, otherwise you can be very tired. You've just finished your massage. Okay, sliding down once again. Let's stimulate all the pressure points in the legs by pressing with the thumb on the outside and the fingers on the inside. We're going to do like very strong pressure drainage down, just to stimulate all the pressure points here in the legs. Okay, the inside of the leg here. Also painful, that is. Okay, we can also bend the knee. Hold it. And use the back of the hand and the thenar muscle of the thumb. The outside of the leg here. Also painful. As I say, if the client doesn't indicate that it's painful, just look at their face and it will soon show. Let's keep the leg warm. Okay, we're going to progress now down to the feet. We're going to grasp our hands and do a very nice circulating movement around the ankle bones. Also quite a number of pressure points around here. The ankle's nice and loose. You see the ankle moving while I'm moving the foot. I just want to show you now where the pressure points are. Let's push the foot down. Loosen those up between each toe. We're going to start with the pressure points on the feet now. The one that's 2 fingers down from the center of the big toe and the first toe. And then we're going to work in between each toe. And then we're going to work on the knuckles. And we're going to also work on each toe. Let's just see how loose the toes are. Turning the foot over. Lucy's rather tense here. Sorry, Lucy. They say when you're ticklish in the feet, it's because your body has a lot of tension. Stretch the feet out. And then we can stretch the foot back, flex the foot back. Check and see how loose the leg is now. After the massage, everything should be very loose. I'm now going to do a full body stretch from the feet. Lucy's holding onto the bed and I'm going to hold my hands under her ankles and I'm going to gently stretch the body towards myself with my 1 foot forward and my 1 foot back, but I'm also balancing my body while I'm doing this. And then just to finish off the front, I'm going to cover her over. I'm going to place my hands on the feet and just gently go forward. Gently hold like that. And we've now completed the front of the body. I'm now going to do the back of the body. So Lucy, I'd like to ask you to turn away from me onto your tummy. And I'd like you to place your forehead on this little pillow and keep your hands loosely at your sides. Tuck the towel in there. For the oil application, I'm going to do what I call a swimming movement, where I just sort of move my hands in nice circles. That keeps the client relaxing. She feels the pressure of the therapist's hands. It just gives a nice soothing feel for the person. Now we now have applied our oil, and this time we're going to work right down from the neck. Now before I start the movements, I would also like to show you where the pressure points are that we're going to be working on. We're now going to work on the back, and I'm going to first of all show you where all the pressure points are. If you stretch your fingers and you place them just on the hairline here of the base of the head, Those are all very important pressure points. Do some little circles, press and release. Watch my body coming back and going forward. Okay. We have points going down the sides of the neck here. On the upper shoulder, point of the shoulder, and all the way down the back of the arms, approximately 2 thumb widths away towards the elbow. And then we have points going all the way down the spine. Obviously, this is the most important part of your body, is your spine, because it controls your whole body. So if a client's in a hurry and we can only have massage done for a few minutes, we would obviously concentrate on working on the back and particularly on the spine. And then we have 2 in the center of the scapula here. Moving down to just above the waist, approximately 1 hand above the waist, you'll find 2 points there. And just on the waist are another 2 points there. Remember always to warm the area up first. Circles here. And then from there we're going to work down the sides of the neck. Neck is the most important place. We have so many of us have so much stress and tension, and the neck area needs quite a lot of work done on it. Lucy is complaining. Lucy, is that very painful? Then we're going to do a little more work there. Yes, we'll take our back of our hands here and get a nice off there. But bearing in mind to keep warming up the area at the same time, but concentrating on the pressure point area. Down the arms. Are these painful also, Lucy? Very painful. All right, let's see what we can do. I'll loosen up the tension there. And the one on the pinpoint of the shoulder. Let's try and loosen that up. Back warmed up now. Start on the lower back. Okay, we're now going to work sides of the spine, pressing and releasing. Lucy, do any of these feel painful? All over. A lot of tension here in the spine. Let's slide down. Up to the other side. Just loosening it up first, and we're going to do some pressures where I'm going to get the client to also breathe with me. Lucy, please breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. In, breathe out. And we'll repeat it again on the other side. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe out. Breathe out. Breathe out. Breathe out. One more time. Relax your breathing now. Press our hands on either side. Also use our knuckles on either side. Split our fingers in a V and do a pressure and release movement. Now we can get our knuckles in between the vertebra, and we can actually give a nice pressure and a push there. Knuckles fit very nicely between the vertebra there. And then coming towards yourself. Get the knuckles between the vertebra and then out. Okay, the lower back is very much a problem area for most people. So we need to do some nice pressure movements here, relaxing movements. Let's warm it up first. And once again here, we can also do the pressures either side of the spine. I'll just show you that again. Okay, now 2 pressure points just above the waist. And 2 pressure points just around the waist. Also sore here loosening. Let's see if we can loosen those up for you. Lucy, does that feel a little easier now? Does it? Not so painful now? Good. Now, we've got another 2 pressure points that we haven't indicated yet because they're not on the back, they're actually on the buttock area. And the 2 that I'm in question are just here. Yes, she's already indicating that that's very painful. What we'll do here is let's massage it through the towel, on the skin or through the towel. Pressure and release. Lucy, is that loosening up a little?
Yes.
Much better?
When you do it goes quickly.
Does it go quickly? Oh, good. And then the last one we're going to work on is just on the buttock crease, right here. Okay, we've completed the pressure points on the back. We're now going to do the pressure points on the buttock. We have 2, one on either side here. And how does that feel, Lucy?
Oh.
It's very sore. All right, we're going to try and loosen those up for her. Using the back of the hand, let's do a squeezing and relaxing movement here. Does that feel a little easier? It's going, oh, it is going. It hasn't gone completely, but it is going. Good. Let's do that again. And then the next one we're going to do is just on the buttock crease here. Lucy, is that one also a little uncomfortable? Also, not so much. Okay, but these were painful, so we'll just go back to those again. Coming to the end of the back massage now. We're now going to proceed to the legs. I'd like to just show you where all the pressure points are on the back of the leg again. Buttock crease line, halfway between the buttock crease line and the knee, back of the knee, measure 4 fingers down, outside of the leg, and then on either side of the ankle. And the important one, on the inside of the foot. Just going to apply some oil to the leg before we start the massage, and onto the foot. Oil application is also a warming up process of the area before you start massaging. Right, we're going to start on the buttock first. Let's get the area nicely warmed up. Pressure point on the buttock, and the pressure point on the buttock crease line, which is halfway, middle of the leg here. You can also use your knuckles to do this movement. It works very well in that crease. And when you are working on this pressure point, make sure that you push, that you feel as though you're pushing towards the client's head. And finish it off again with the butt, with the knuckles. Lucy, is this one a little painful? Okay, we must work on that one. Loosen it up. Lucy, is that a little easier now? A little better. Good. Back of the knee. A little uncomfortable there. Be very gentle around the back of the knee, because this is an extremely sensitive area. We have a very important lymphatic drainage area here, and this can be extremely sensitive on people. So use a little caution when you're actually working here. Stimulate all the pressure points up the back of the leg. The main one we're going to look at now is in the middle of the calf. Lucy's also flinching for this one, so this one's obviously also quite painful. The reinforced hand is a very reassuring movement that you can use really anywhere on the body, just to show a nice, soothing, caring sort of feeling towards the person when you're using it. And then using the back of the hand or the femur muscle of the thumb, you can then do circular movements on those areas. We're now going to work the sides of the ankle. I have shown you the movements from the front of the leg on the inside and the outside. So if you'd like to repeat some of those on the back of the leg, that is also fine. We could do that as well. And also let's do a drainage so that we can actually stimulate all those pressure points in the lower leg before we move on to the feet. Around the ankle bone. Then we're going onto the foot itself. Pressure point here. And we're also going to work on the toes. This hand-on-hand movement is very soothing to use and very comforting feeling to use at the end of any area that you might be working on the body, whether it's the arms or the back, legs, and it just gives a nice finish to the movements that the client sort of knows that perhaps you are getting towards the end of her massage now. So let's walk up the leg. Gently hold there. I'm now going to cover the client, and we're now going to do a nice finishing off movement through the sheet. Make sure the client isn't cold. Always offer her a towel or offer her a blanket. I'm just grasping the muscle on either side of the spine just to sort of make sure that it's nice and loose. And these sort of movements are a little more vigorous, so the client is now going to know that we're getting towards the end of the massage. This method of finishing off will also absorb any excess oil which might have been left on the client's body. Come down. Lucy, would you mind holding onto the bed at the top of your head? Gentle stretch of the body. Down. Hold the feet. And gently come off. Lucy, I need you now to turn towards me onto your back. Lucy, I trust you've enjoyed that massage.
Sure.
And thank you.
Sleep for now.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. That's a wonderful sign for me that she wishes that she could now have a sleep. But I'm sorry, Lucy, I unfortunately have to wake you up. I need to get you off the bed. I'm just going to turn the sheet around like I started. I'm going to tuck that underneath your arms, and because you're so nice and relaxed, I'm going to actually lift you up.
Okay.
There we go. Thank you so much, Lucy, for being my model today.
Thanks.
I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Lucy.
Sure.
Pressure point massage is important to incorporate in any body massage because it helps to break down any congestion in those important areas before proceeding with any stronger forms of massage. So that is why one should have a good knowledge of where to find the major pressure points on the body. I have now completed the pressure point massage, which I trust that you've enjoyed and that you'll be able to pick up some ideas from the presentation that I have done with this workshop. I trust that you will be able to include some of these movements in the professional massage that you are presenting to your clients.